What do comedian Tom Ballard, broadcaster Yumi Steins, and terrorist group Hamas have in common? Well, all three have endorsed a boycott of the Sydney Festival. Now, all of this is because the Israeli embassy in Canberra decided to sponsor a performance at the Sydney Opera House by world-renowned Israeli choreographer Ohad Naharin. Now, Liberal MP and former ambassador to Israel, Dave Sharma, says calls for a boycott are wrong. He wrote an excellent piece in The Australian about this today, talking about the damage that this boycott threatens to do to Australia being real. He joins me now from Sydney. Dave, welcome to the program.
Good evening, Caleb. Good to join you.
Thank you. Now, I think your piece today was fair and balanced, which is what has been missing from this debate. Can you explain for the viewers at home the sheer irony of so-called social progressives finding themselves on the same side of an issue as a terrorist organisation in Hamas?
Happy to do so. Look, as you said in your introduction, there were a group of people in Australia that thought that because the Israeli embassy had provided financial support to allow a world-renowned Israeli choreographer to come to Australia to teach the Sydney Dance Company how to perform a show called Decadence, that this show would, firstly, the inclusion of this show would make them feel culturally unsafe, I'm using their words here, and that it should be boycotted as a result. Now, I think to anyone's mind, anyone who takes a fair view of art and culture, I don't think people would like to see a political lens applied to art and culture. It should be the freest form of expression in many respects, and saying that if a country of origin of a particular group or the political views of the sending state are material to whether a show should be included or not, we're in a very bad way indeed. And I think what illustrated this most dramatically was when Hamas came out with a statement. This is a terrorist group that rules Gaza with an iron fist, that has criminalised homosexuality, has actually executed people for the mere crime of being gay, came out and endorsed this boycott today as being on the right side of history. And it just shows you the very odd company people here in Australia who are calling for this boycott have found themselves keeping.